Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic. I remember it so you don't have to. There's a theory going around that comic book heroes are the great modern myths, in the same way that Hercules or Perseus were the great Greek myths. Well, if that's true, then Captain America must be douchicus because he sure doesn't hold up. Now, I'm not talking about the comic books themselves, I never really read those. I'm solely going by the low-budget action film that actually came out in 1990 under the same name, Captain America. Never heard of it? There's a reason. Ridiculously stupid and embarrassingly over the top, Captain America was among one of the cheesiest comic book movies ever made. And knowing how cheesy comic books already are, that's pretty bad. So strap on your devil horned eagle wings and let's take a look at Captain America. So the credits roll as we start off this classic American story about a classic American superhero in the classic American heartland of Italy. Unusual start. What, did Mario Puzo write this? Come on, where's the action? Oh, here we go. So a young child prodigy is taken away from his family and used as a guinea pig in an evil experiment. What does the experiment do?
Auf eine Art und Weise verändert durch eine Erfindung. Wie Sie sehen, werden es zweimal.
We call it the Harryhausen effect. The scientist running the experiment doesn't want to harm a child, and thus she escapes this evil, heavily armed military base by just jumping out the window. Well, that was unrealistically simple. We then cut to 7 years later. Yeah, thanks, we can do the math. We see an injured soldier named Steve Rogers who's leaving his home to partake in a similar experiment that could heal his leg and make him even stronger. Everyone comes to say goodbye except for his girlfriend, Bernie.
What is it?
I'm sorry. It's just that I love you.
That's why I didn't come to send you off.
I can't imagine not knowing what you're doing or where you're going.
So it appears that theirs is a romance that will always last. About 20 seconds. I'm serious, they share the screen for just 20 seconds before he leaves. I've grown more attached to my toothbrush in that amount of time! So anyway, they take him to a secret base located just under an everyday restaurant.
How's the pot roast today, Roz?
Oh, about as good as it was yesterday.
Looks like the usual service at Denny's. So they go downstairs to the secret laboratory where they're trying to create the perfect American superhero and ultimate Grand Slam breakfast.
He may not be Superman, but he'll be a living symbol of what this country stands for.
Well, I agree with the first part. That was just to see if it was on. Here's the real deal. Oh, wait. The camera wasn't recording. Let's try it again. I hate humanity. So the experiment works. Steve's leg is cured and he seems more powerful than ever before. The onlookers wish to congratulate the scientists.
Remarkable work, Dr. DeSalli. Congratulations.
Heil Hitler!
What was that?
Heil Hitler!
Wow, that was the most over-the-top way to kill somebody. I give you props, guy. That was mighty silly. I mean, it's just so sporadic. You could call it the Psych Hitler. You go in to shake someone's hand, and it's like, Psych, Heil Hitler. Do you think he does that everywhere? Like at weddings? A toast to the bride and groom on this, the happiest day of their Heil Hitler! Or how about bar mitzvahs? You think he does it there? Jimmy, now that you're officially a man, let us celebrate with this most sacred of Jewish tradition. Heil Hitler! Or good God, what if he was a kindergarten teacher? The itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout. Down came the rain to Heil Hitler! So the scientist is killed as Steve is shot and put in the hospital.
Colonel, that young man is lucky to have survived the surgery.
I'm on a level with you, Doctor.
I am Matt Dillon's brother.
What's at stake here is the lives of thousands of innocent people.
But it turns out all his wounds are healed as he's ready to leap into action and get revenge. Wait, oh, no. You can't do that, movie. You can't just toss him into that outfit. I mean, have you seen it? There's car wash clowns that look more dignified than that. If you don't give some build-up or explanation, nobody's gonna take it seriously.
Colonel Lewis? Sir, there's something nobody's talked about. When do I get some fresh troops in my battalion?
Dr. Bisogna had all the details to the process in her head. Sarge, you got that crazy fireproof uniform Dr. Bisogna made up for you.
She didn't know much about camouflage.
But she sure did love the red, white, and blue.
She thought dressing you up like a human bullseye would do much better in throwing the enemy off. So after that extremely weak explanation about the costume, they toss him out of the plane to go hunt some Nazis. I hope I look silly enough. What, do you invade F Troop? So after he defeats the Nazis with his flying saucer sled, he makes it to their main headquarters, where he finds the child that was experimented on at the beginning of the film, who is now transformed into Freddy Krueger's wax sculpture. Bastards! Actually, he's known as Red Skull, who is sadly much more powerful than the mighty Captain. Wow, Captain America kinda sucks.
Pity him. He is like a child.
So after getting his blue nads kicked, they strap him to a missile and plan to launch him towards the White House.
Where is the big bomb going? White House. A present for President Roosevelt.
How will Captain America get out of this one? Will he turn the White House into rubble, or will he escape to get his American ass beaten once more? Tune in next time, which is right now.
Two can travel cheaply as one, you sick bastard! Falling hand! Amazing!
I'd give my right hand to get my right hand back! Yeah, thanks, movie. I never would figure that out.
What are you doing up?
So in that place that's apparently hard to identify, a young boy named Tom Kimball dreams about the possibilities of Washington.
How do you expect me to sleep, Mom? We're in Washington, D.C. When I grow up, I'll be the president.
I want to invade countries that will get a BJ in the Oval Office and not be able to pass a questionable healthcare bill. President. So because the kid is just so gosh darn excited, he sneaks out in the middle of the night to take pictures of the White House. Wow, what a dork.
Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come.
Oh God! Well, that's just silly. So Captain America actually kicks the rocket over the White House, just missing it. When did this turn into a Daffy Duck cartoon? So the rocket somehow lands in Alaska without exploding and leaves Captain America in the snow. Our hero, ladies and gentlemen, our hero. Just when you're hoping he'll disappear from the movie altogether, he sort of does. Literally decades go by without any mention of the guy. I guess the movie just decided to give up on him. So we get all the way to the 90s where that Tom Kimball boy grows up and actually does become president of the United States. A white guy is president? Who's gonna believe that this day and age? He meets up with a guy named General Fleming, played oddly enough by the father from A Christmas Story.
You just simply can't expect us to cut back on our solid waste 90% in 6 months.
We have to be as fragile as possible. We then cut to the League of Extraordinary Accents, where all sorts of evildoers plan evil things. And it turns out the General is among them as well.
You're gonna see everything that you worked for and planned for the last 30 years go right down the crapper.